Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the daily morning podcast of SBI Securities. Today, we will cover domestic market update, global market update, key news to focus on, and trading and investment strategy for the day and next few days. First, let us check what happened in the Indian market yesterday. So yesterday was a volatile session, and what we saw during the last one and a half hour, we saw a surge in the Sensex and Nifty. So Sensex surged by nearly 200 points to settle at levels of 66,174, whereas Nifty advanced by 98 points and closed to the at a fresh 2-month high of and settled at levels of 19,890. So yesterday was the day where we saw a massive rally in the all the Adani Group stock post a favorable verdict from the Supreme Court. At the same time, the rally was broad-based, so we have seen a majority of the sectors such as Nifty Metal advancing by 1.8%, Nifty PSU Bank surging by 1.4%, Nifty Bank, Nifty Auto, Financial Services, IT, Realty, Oil and Gas stocks were also in green yesterday. If you talk about the broader market, Nifty Mid Cap 100 was up by 0.5% and Nifty Small Cap 100 was up by 0.3%. In terms of 52-week high-low, so we have seen nearly 316 stocks, that is almost 8 to 10% of the actively traded universe was clocking a new 52-week high, and 34 stocks were trading at 52-week low. One has to keep in mind that there are many frontline stocks which are making a lifetime high, especially from auto baskets such as Bajaj Auto, TVS Motor. So you will see many stocks which have scaled up their lifetime high. So almost 20-25 stocks have scaled up lifetime high, and this clearly shows that the action is in broader market, and one should be positioned, or one should focus on the companies or sector where there is a positive development or there is a support from the government of India. Now let us move on to the global market. So yesterday was a positive day as far as US markets are concerned. So we have seen all the three benchmark indices, Nasdaq, S&P 500 and Dow Jones closing in green yesterday. And this was due to the positive comment from Fed Governor Mr. Waller, where he has shown an optimism that the current policy is strong enough to tame down the inflation and at the same time cool off the economy. So that led to the correction in US 10-year bond yield by 5 basis points to 4.33%. We all know that US 10-year bond yield was trading close to 5% a month ago when the Israel-Hamas war broke, and right now it is at 4.33%. We have seen a consistent decline from the levels of 5% to 4.33% during the last 1 month. Dollar index has also cooled off from the levels of 106 a month back to the currently below 103 levels and has settled at 102.72 levels. This clearly indicates that the market sentiment is in favor of risk on trade. When I say risk on trade, the emerging market equities and commodities are the place where we will see an incremental foreign institutional investor parking their money. So yesterday we have seen a slight bump up in oil prices. So crude oil price was up by 2% and settled at levels of $82. At the same time, gold has jumped to the lifetime high, and we have seen closing about $2,000 for as far as gold is concerned. Moving on to the Asian market today. Asian markets are trading mixed today morning. However, GIFT Nifty, which is an early barometer of Indian equity market, is trading above the levels of 20,000. This clearly indicates that today again we may start our trading session with a gap up opening. And as we all know, after since long the Nifty is trading in a very tight range between 19,300, 400 to 19,800, and after a long time the Nifty has given closing above 19,800 levels. And what I feel is that due to this positive global sentiment with no negative news ahead, the Nifty may continue to march toward levels of 20,200 to 300 in the next few trading sessions. Now the next key news or key development with the street will be the outcome of the 5-state election. However, most of the street participants are baking in expectation that BJP may win Rajasthan. MP will be kind of 50-50 for BJP and Congress. Telangana and Chhattisgarh is the place where BJP may not come, and at the same time so that's the overall expectation with market. Anyway, one has to keep in mind that the street will focus more on a central election rather than the state election, and for a state election we may see some knee-jerk reaction. In terms of fund flow, so we have seen yesterday the third consecutive session of positive fund flow from foreign institutional investor, and at the same time domestic institutional investor continue to deploy the money in the equity market. So we have seen positive flow from foreign institutional investor to the tune of nearly 783 crore, and DII were buyer to the tune of 1325 crore. In terms of 52-week high low, so we have seen almost 316 stocks scaling 52-week high yesterday in the trade. That is almost 8% of the trade actively traded stocks. Moving on to the key news to focus on. The first is on Zomato. So Zomato, Alibaba Group, Singapore arm is likely to sell 3.4% stake in the company, which will be worth 3,290 crore. And the deal is expected to happen at 111.28 rupees per share. So any minor correction in stock price due to this deal in the opening trade can be a good opportunity for an investor to accumulate this stock in a long-term portfolio. There is a development on PCBL, that is Philip Carbon Black Limited, from a Sanjeev Goenka Group. The company has announced that they are going to acquire a company known as Aquafarm Chemicals for 3,800 crore. The company is into the specialty chemical which is used for water treatment, and the deal has been done at 9.1 times FY23 EV to EBITDA, which we believe is it's a fair deal. What will happen is that post this acquisition, we will see a change in perception towards the business of PCBL. As of now, the carbon black is considered to be a commodity business, and hence the valuation which the company command is at a lower end or at a lower band as far as chemical sector is concerned. With this acquisition, gradually as the company start consolidating its number, the margin will improve and we will see a re-rating in PCBL. Moving on to the next news, Siemens. So Siemens, which as the September quarter as the year end, reported a very strong set of numbers. So sales, revenue, EBITDA and PAT were above the street estimate. And at the same time, the company has announced investment to the tune of 416 crore towards capacity addition for power transformer and vacuum interpreter. So the stock will be in the focus today. BHEL, two development over there. So Ministry of Defence has inked a deal worth 3,000 crore with BHEL for supply of rapid gun mounts to the Indian Navy. So that's positive development as far as BHEL is concerned. At the same time, the company has signed MOU with French company, which is one of the largest nuclear operator worldwide, to supply some parts for the nuclear plant in India. So that's the positive development as far as BHEL is concerned. Now moving on to the other news in focus. So Varun Beverages has announced that they are going to set up a subsidiary in the Mozambique, South Africa, to commence the business in that territory. So that's positive for Varun Beverages in medium to long term. Havells has entered into the Middle East market and they are going to launch their brand Lloyd in the Middle East market. Again, it will take some time for themselves to establish in the Middle East market. However, it's a positive in long term as far as Havells is concerned. Now moving on to the IPO listing. So today IRDA is the company which will get listed on the bourses today. The issue price was 32 rupees per share. The IPO size was 2,150 crore. The IPO got a fabulous response. Almost got subscribed 39 times on the final day of the closing. We are expecting the company to list above the price of 40 rupees per share. And investors are recommended not to rush or jump on the day one to accumulate in the portfolio. Let the stock settle for next few days and then one can add this stock in a long-term portfolio as a play on renewable energy financing. Moving on to the insider trade. So we have seen a promoter buying in NRB Bearing and Advanced Enzyme. At the same time, there is a promoter hand change in Bajaj Electrical and Hercules Hoist. Overall, if I have to sum up today's discussion, it seems that it's a positive day as far as global sentiments are concerned. All the global cues are positive. US bond yield has corrected further to 4.33 levels. Crude is stable at around $82. US dollar index has corrected to the levels of 102.8. GIFT Nifty is indicating a positive opening. Foreign institutional investor fund flow has turned positive. So overall, it seems that next few days will be positive as far as Indian equity markets are concerned. The only hurdle for Indian equity market now, hence for the next few days, is the outcome of state election. So tomorrow, that is on 30th of November, we may see exit poll in the evening post market closing, and the actual results of the election will be announced on 3rd of December. The US Fed meeting is scheduled on 13th of December. That's a little bit far away. However, now street is baking in expectation that there is likely to be a status quo as far as rate hike of US Fed meeting, rate policy in the US Fed meeting is concerned. And that is the reason we are seeing optimism across the globe as far as equity markets are concerned. Overall, investors and traders are recommended to stay on the long side and avoid short positions in the current market. And you have to plan your strategy on a bullish side rather than on a bearish side. So keep trading with a positive bias. And that's all for the day. Thank you for patiently listening to us. Have a happy trading session. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.